Hey guys, I'm Taylor.
I'm Adrian.
And welcome to the Fandom Bar. Today is the 1st of October and we are at
the EB Games Expo.
EB Games Expo. We got daylight passes because we like to fill our nights with other meaningful stuff.
So yeah, I'm gonna take some interviews and check out the new games.
So check out some cool ass cosplays.
We're part of Starfleet International. We're the Sydney-based chapter for the USS Tidarium, and yeah, this is what we just want to do. We're Star Trek fan club.
Okay, and how long have this fan club been around?
We've been around for 5 years. The other guys, the actual group, has been around for about 40. So it's been quite an old group.
Like how many? Like what's the size of the fan club?
Australia-wide, there's about 100 members, based in Melbourne, Brisbane, all that sort of stuff. Worldwide, there's about 4,000, so it's pretty big.
It's huge. And like, what's this new program that the helm control thing that they've developed?
The helm control we built with that one, and we're running a program called LCAS 47. It's a free program. They designed it in the UK, and it's running download on that one, and it's very, very cool. It does all sorts of LCAS-y, communicating Star Trek stuff. So it's lots of fun.
What are you buying?
I'm buying Dumbledore's wand, which is the Elder Wand. I am the most powerful witch in existence now. This is the Elder Wand that Death carved from an elder tree, okay? None of these other ones, this one's the real thing. I'm just saying. Or you can use it as an ear cleaner. Works either way.
Hi guys, we're here with
Phil?
Phil, and what's the 501st Legion?
Okay, it's obviously it's a costuming group. We basically concentrate on the bad guys of the Star Wars universe. It was originally started probably more than that years ago by a chap in America, and it's just basically grown worldwide from there. Started off as one guy that made himself a Stormtrooper costume, and someone said, "Where did you get that?" I made it, and it just exploded from there. So that now there's dozens and dozens of different costumes that we have within our range of costumes that we wear. Ours is a statewide group, just New South Wales, and we've got about 60 odd members.
Is it nationwide?
Definitely nationwide. There's different garrisons within the country. Our garrison is the Southern Cross Garrison. It's just New South Wales. As the garrison gets bigger, little groups can form, like little local groups can form their own squad. So it's really like a bit of a fun grouping. You've got the Legion, and then you've got outposts and garrisons and squads, and it can really be a lot of fun just having all this interaction between people that have a similar enjoyment of the universe and costuming. One of the big things that we do is we raise money for charity. Our charity at the moment, we change it every few years. At the moment, we're raising money for Black Dog Institute, who do really good research into looking at depression and how to combat depression. They don't actually offer treatments, but they do research into it. So we often raise money for those.
Stuck. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Okay, so have you been having fun?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, pretty crazy.
I'm pretty hungry.
Yes, I'm hungry too.
Chips on a stick.
Chips on a stick.
All convention foods that you need.
Yeah. So should be. Yeah, I want to interview some cosplayers.
Let's do some cosplay. Some pretty. Is that?
Look, look, we're being photobomb by Ray Fiennes.
Ralph
By
Fiennes.
Baltimore.
I'd photobomb Ralph Fiennes.
So we're here with Christopher Price for the
Cicadia.
Cicadia. So what's Cicadia?
It's a LARP group operating in Rudy Hill. For the uninitiated, LARP is basically a mixture of cosplay, fairly safe combat sport, and also just role-playing. So it's kind of like playing Skyrim or World of Warcraft, but instead of using the joystick and then clicking X to kill the dragon, you actually have to go out and fight the bandits yourself. Well, we've got over 300 members now. There's about 70 of them that will turn up regularly to games, which gives us more than enough scope for some really epic narrative conflicts.
So, and how often do you guys get together and do it?
Every fortnight on a Saturday, barring, of course, weekends where we have these events where we basically want to just spread the word, because LARPing in Australia hasn't been...
I noticed.
Yeah, it just hasn't been promoted very much in recent years. The majority of the groups that operate in Sydney are mostly what we call live action battle groups, where it's mostly focused on the LARP combat. We're more into the role play and the narrative aspects, so yeah, but we do tend to cross promote. A lot of our members will go off and fight with other groups and then come back and tell a story with us. A lot of our members also recently went down to Melbourne, where they have Swordcraft, which is an enormous battle group who do twice yearly role play events that last a week. We've also done our own weekenders where we've sort of borrowed some ideas of theirs and tried our own stuff. So yeah, it's a very mixed community where we sort of trade things back and forth to see what works best.
Is there a meaning behind Cicadia? Like, what does it mean? It's an ancient word.
Not as such. Truthfully, it's just based on the word Scythian, which is an old tribal thing, which I was very interested in terms of medieval history. But no, the word itself doesn't have a real meaning.
Just sounds fucking cool, though.
Sounds, it's what we want.
Hi guys, we're here with Luke, from the Sons of Obi-Wan. So what's the Sons of Obi-Wan?
Okay, so we're Australia's the first Australian lightsaber theatre combat school. We teach theatre combat to adults, kids, those with autism and special needs. And we basically, the guy that taught us was a guy by the name of Kyle Rowling, who was a fight coordinator for Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3. So we actually teach people to fight the way the actors learned how to fight for the movie. We're at Tuggerah on the Central Coast, about 40 minutes north of Sydney. Got a 180 square metre dedicated facility full of artworks and life-size figures and all that sort of thing.
And it's a school as well, like you teach?
Correct, yeah. I used to be a behavioural learning sport teacher, so we actually teach theatre combat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights.
And do you guys do you sell the sabres and customise?
We do. We actually make our own sabres now. We used to use sabres from America, but we kept breaking them. So, because very much it's a case of the sabres generally look pretty, but we use them as you can hear. Yeah. We use them as tools and we throw them around and that sort of thing, so we had to make our own. So we've actually created a world first air-cooled lightsaber. So
air-cooled?
Yeah, so basically the way it works is standard sabres from America actually use the hilt as a heat sink. So when the LED heats up, it transfers the heat to the hilt. But if you're holding it, that therefore means that the heat builds up in the hilt. And we've had temperatures of 47 degrees on the hilt.
Oh, shit.
So, and because we obviously use them for extended periods, so our designer used to be an armourer for the Australian Army. He used to make sniper rifles for the Australian Army, and all rifles are air-cooled. So he came up with an air-cooled system, so our sabres run for 7 hours before a recharge. The hilts stay nice and cool, and you can throw them out of a one-storey building onto concrete and they work.